Three, two, one.
All right, everyone, strap in for the final game of the Resident Evil block. We have Fregel with Resident Evil 8, Voss, new game, glitchless, no Duke, and he has an adorable cat with him. Please take it away.
Sanji, you heard the man. Please. Get up here. Come on, boy. Huh? Hup. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me be here. My name is Fregel, and today I'm going to, like perfectly introduced, I'm running Resident Evil on the highest difficulty without using the Duke, which is the shop basically for this game, which would provide us with a lot of stuff like extra recipes to buy or craft, pipe bombs, mines, ammo, or whatever. Like all this stuff, a bigger inventory. We won't have any of this. The beginning part of the game is not too much. It's just basically a walking simulator, putting down the baby to the bed, and then we just do more walking. We are going to play on first person. This game got a patch for third person lately. But the third person is basically not really good speedrunnable. Like basically in this part right now that's coming up, when we put down the baby to the bed, we cannot even run. We are forced to walk the whole way down. That's just one example for how slow in speedrun comparisons the third person mod actually is. And we're skipping a lot of cutscenes. You saw the Resident Evil 7 run before, and there you cannot skip the cutscenes. Everyone pretty much is very, very happy that they added a skipping cutscene function after Resident Evil 7, because it was very, very tedious. This is here the infamous snowwalking section. We had to use a tech actually here that made us run faster, but we needed to ban it because some people got a pain in their hands because it's a very, very hard technique to actually use. Especially if you're restarting the beginning part consistently. So yeah, we're just going to do the normal walk. Yeah, for Village of Shadows, for many people, they say it is the hardest difficulty that you can have in almost any RE game, which I personally cannot quite understand. Because in my opinion, for Resident Evil 3 Remake, Inferno mode, in my opinion, is way harder than that. But many people seem to have very, very high difficulties with this specific difficulty. And we have to admit that it's actually very, very over difficulted. I hope that's an actual word. I don't even know if that is an actual word. Because at the beginning part you will see at the first Lycan, we barely even get enough ammo to kill the first Lycan. Because they just, for Village of Shadows, they buff every enemy's HP value by a big lot. So, yeah. And not only that, they're also very aggressive. They're extremely fast compared to any other difficulty. And, yeah, like I said, the ammo that we get is barely enough to do it. Usually, most people say that Village of Shadows is made to be played with NG+ weapons. So like fully upgraded weapons and so on and so on. I'm pretty sure they tested this mode not really with regular weapons, but it still works. It still works, even though if we're not upgrading the weapon. What a surprise. So this is our friend Louis the Red. And when he's running away, we're running away and getting scared. There is a way to skip this little jump scare, but it never worked for me. Like, I practiced it once for like an hour. It's not working for me. I don't know what I'm doing really wrong. But yeah, there is a couple checkpoints throughout the game, which we can use to restart the game, like restarting the checkpoints. And those checkpoints, like the point where we get the checkpoint and when we restart the checkpoint, the point where we respawning in some instances is different. For this next checkpoint that's coming up right here, this is basically one of the very few I'm doing throughout this run. We're getting it right here, like you can see it in a second, on the top left corner. There we go, there it is. And when we restart now, we're spawning at the very end of that road. It saves like about 6 seconds. But that's the only really spawn teleportation that actually saves a lot of time. The rest of them we're doing, they're saving like 0.2 seconds, something like this. Every now and then one or two are saving a little more because we're skipping like some gate opening animations or something like this. But yeah, I'm not doing all too much of them because, as you might think, they only save like time in the game, but they're not of a life split. But they're definitely not saving like really real time. So right here we're getting the knife, which is one of our most important weapons, actually. And a little safety heal. And we see the first lichen, which we dodge. Just sometimes he just dodges it by itself to the side, and sometimes you have to dodge to the side. This time we got lucky. He just jumped to the side by himself, so we didn't have to worry about anything. We could just blindly run through it. But now we're getting to the actual first enemy. It's the brown lichen, Barney, I like to call him. And Barney can be a little tough. I try just one time, the speedrun tech. If it's not working, I have to do the safe strat. Because it can happen that it's not working. We're standing here, and if everything's working correctly, which is not, then he just misses all the time with his grabs. But as you just see, it's not 100% consistent. Could also be that with the latest patch that came up a couple weeks ago, that it's actually not quite working anymore. But I haven't put too much testings into this, actually. But yeah, this is like the super safe strat that you can do. It's obviously a little slower. But yeah, it's still working as you see. It's not all too difficult. If you bait him into the top of the stairs and just bait him into certain grabs and you just dodge the grabs. So the siege start by shooting this guy. And we are going to hiding here. The moment we shoot the first lichen is the moment where a 4-minute internal timer for the siege is starting. And the siege will never end until those 4 minutes are gone, okay? There are certain ways to reduce the time, which we try to abuse here. The first thing is, we're waiting here for 1 minute and 49 seconds. When we're running away from the door and try to get to the next house, we're getting close enough at that time to Urias's spawn location. Urias, that is the big hammer-swinging Santa Claus beard dude. And when we make him spawn earlier, it actually triggers like the half of the siege 10 seconds earlier as well. So in total, we're reducing the siege time for whatever strange reason. And then the siege is ending in 1 or 2 ways. Either by getting grabbed or by getting an arrow in the knee. The arrow in the knee is about 6-7 seconds faster as well. So we just try to use that as well in order to reduce the time in the siege. That is like the basic speedrun strategy that we try to use here. We'll see how good this works. Like I'm watching my my timer on the right side, which is or should be in about 20 seconds. When we're turning around and just move away. If everything is working correctly, that is. So, if I am not 100% mistaken, this should be the time to run. It can happen that we get memed every now and then. That's why we're having safety heals. We're dodging this like in very precise. Woof! This would have been almost a meme. He just ran straight at us and could have hit us. So we're just collecting this here, this here. There's a shotgun on the table, but we're not going to pick this up. We're definitely not going to pick up the shotgun. Because since we're not having a bigger inventory for no Duke, we are forced to have the limited inventory that we're having. The very, very small inventory. And that small inventory has not enough space for more than actually 3 weapons. I mean, technically we have space for like a 4th weapon. But if we pick up that, it's basically like impossible to have, yeah, almost space for ammo. Like it's almost impossible to get enough. And there is a better shotgun that we can get after the castle. And that's why we're skipping that. So, in a couple seconds, now they break in. We just open up this flower bag. Picking out this one. Open up this flower bag. Picking up this rusted scrap. And we get good RNG. Here's no lichen up here. It can happen that there are 2 lichens waiting for us. So that's good so far.
Sorry, is this a good time for a donation?
In a second. The siege should be over in a couple seconds. Then it's definitely a good time for donations.
Okay.
Because then we have a little downtime. And... oh, that was a little too slow. But it doesn't matter. So the siege is over. How many donations do we have?
Just the one. We have a $10 donation from Discronola, who says, "Good luck to everyone doing a run today. Excited to do commentary on Metal Gear Survive tomorrow."
Ooh, nice. So those crows that are flying away right now, they're actually pretty valuable on Village of Shadows because they drop a shit ton of money. Which is basically useless for us because we're not using the shop. But in any other playthrough, they are very, very valuable. And you highly advise to use them. So, not getting memed here as well, which is good. This was basically like a safe line through this field. More or less safe, could say. Like, there's always a chance to get hit somehow, somewhere. Like, many strats of this game are working very, very good, but are not really consistent. Because it can happen every now and then, especially when you're having to deal with archers. The archers, sometimes it seems like they try to not aim for you, and sometimes they have such a precise aim that it's almost impossible to dodge. For your own life, you cannot dodge it. Like, yeah, sometimes they just hit you, and there's nothing you can do again. But yeah, now we're finding new survivors, and now we're losing all the survivors. That's how the story goes. Picking up an extra Herbie here. We open up this. And, like I said, we didn't pick up the shotgun in the siege, but we're still going to pick up ammo for the shotgun. That is because, like, we want to get the better shotgun later. Because it just deals more damage. And since we're having a very limited amount of ammo that we can actually get, we have to rely on that. And it's actually faster skipping the first shotgun. Which to many people seems kind of like surprising. Pause buffering. There is a tech with... it works with many drawers, with many lockers. Not everyone. Most likely for some key items it's also not working. But when you open up a drawer and then you pause the game, the drawer opens in the back of the game, but you're stopping the timer. So basically you're saving like a second or so every time you open up a drawer, and you instantly can pick up. You're letting like the item in the drawer or lock or whatever, you're letting it loading. That. Like that so much. Well, now it's opening. And we can instantly pick it up if the interaction is actually our friend as well. Because this game isn't famous for having very, very bad interactions with items in general. Like sometimes you're standing in front of a specific item and you just do not get it. And sometimes you can be like 10 meters away and it's still not it's still working. So yeah. This is one of the very few RNG parts in this game, because this game is actually very consistent in most parts. Like you can basically react to many things and not really lose that much time. Again, a couple crows. There's going to be another pack of crows once we're leaving this this next area here. But yeah. So this is the first cutscene where we meet Heisenberg. And we meet the whole family. I have to get a sip of the coffee. It's way too early in the morning. So, after the good family meeting, we're running away from a good bunch of lichens. And there is another little RNG part. It happens very, very rarely that we can get hit here by an arrow, by a random arrow in the air. And what this game also has is you can actually get hit and take damage in cutscenes. It sounds weird, but you actually can get damaged in cutscenes. You cannot die though, which is good. But in Village of Shadows, almost every hit that you can take brings you down to 1 HP. You are going to regenerate back until 300 HP, which is like the threshold for not being in danger anymore. But yeah, even a little scratch can put you down to 1 HP back again. So if that happens, you basically wanna heal. But on the plus side, basically this game has a one-hit protection. So basically it doesn't matter when you get hit, you're always surviving with 1 HP left. Assuming that you're not in the danger zone. Like once the screen is turning red, you definitely know you're in the danger zone. Yeah. In this case, everything can kill you instantly. And you try to avoid that as much as possible. So, now we're about to meet the Duke for the first time, but we ignore him. We do not need his overpriced stuff. It's not necessary. Who needs that? Well, what we're going to take here is an extra little herb. Extra little herbie. Because the next part can actually be very, very memey. Not gonna lie. Because we're getting very close to our first boss fight, which, especially for this category, happens to be the hardest boss fight. Not gonna lie, like the very first boss fight is actually the hardest in the game. Please? Thank you, Ethan. Sadly, we just dropped money. But we're getting ammo here. Try to save a couple handgun bullets. And we're meeting the daughters. And they just hang us up. Kids, keep your eyes closed. It's a hurting scene. Ah. Well, yeah. Thanks to the magical world of Resident Evil, we are having, not far away of that place, our beloved Wonder Juice. Wonder Juice just does its miracle. You pour it over your wounds, and everything's fine. Till this day, I still wonder what this actually does. Like, what could it be? If anyone in the chat has an idea what actually that liquid could be, I'm interested to hear all sorts of all sorts of ideas and theories.
Perhaps it is a mix of Evelyn's mold and green herb.
That could potentially work. Let's take that. It's Evelyn's herb. Let's call it Evelyn's herb. Okay, we open up this here. This door, this open up of the door and the drawer is not needed in any other speedrun. But we need it to actually for this specific speedrun because for later purposes, Lady D is going to be in our way. And if we're going this way, you're going to see it later, but we have to take a little detour for this category especially. And if we're not going this way, we're having a hard time dodging her. So, running up here. Here as well, we're getting a checkpoint before we even touch the ground. And we could have restarted that to save a little time. But yeah, as you saw, it was like a second, maybe. Now getting up and picking up ammo just right there. Getting a couple safety bullets here. If we would have gotten bullets, actually. So, little light puzzle solved. There's nothing all too special here. In this box there is pipe bomb. We picked that pipe bomb up because it's essential. It's really essential for the fight. A couple precise dodges and blocks. We ignore all of them. And now let's see if we can get it first try. Usually this is one of the big restart points in the run. So let's see how this goes. So we're watching this first cutscene. We're actually watching this first cutscene because watching it helps her AI to be not random. Like, she definitely is doing, once the fight begins, a sidestep. That is guaranteed. The only random part is if she's doing it to the right or to the left. Then we're starting it like we would have done in the real run. Start shooting with the handgun. 1, 2, 3. And with the last bullet, we open up the window to stun her. Gives us the time to reload. Block this. Just to can hit him as well. So we have one dead zombie, which is perfect. Ah, this can happen. The range of this attack, of this specific attack, of course, is very, very big. Like, it's very hard to dodge that very consistently. Block. We kick her back. And we reduce the FPS now here to 30, try to squeeze out here. Because we're actually in a very bad position. But the game doesn't let us actually. That is super bad. That is super bad. Like, the fight started very well, and we actually got so bad RNG. I actually just need to kill her right here. But as you see, like, the second zombie is just blocking our way all the time. Like, this can happen. It's very, very bad luck. Usually in a run I would have restarted that. Wait, back to 120 FPS. So we got super unlucky there. So we shoot her. We just shoot her. And that makes her crumble faster. And this faster crumble gives us immediate access to the checkpoint, which we can restart, and as you see, we're starting at the back. Like the 30 FPS, we have used the 30 FPS trick many times during the run, technically, because the 30 FPS thing is, it messes a little bit with the hitboxes of the enemies, and that helps us squeeze by in narrow places. Or at least it should. But it's not working like all the time. But in some places it works very consistent. Also, you might notice why I was picking up extra stuff that I wouldn't pick up in a run. Because like I said, in a run, this would have been a very, very big reset point. So, picking up the courtyard key, and we can proceed. Nevertheless, we did it first try, so still GG, I guess. Waiting. Then we run. The little waiting here at the bottom of the stairs, once the yellow spawns, makes her so she's not spawning at the door. If she would spawn right at the door, that would be very, very bad, because we definitely would have gotten hit there. So you're just waiting a tiny little bit at the bottom of the stairs once she spawns, and that makes her not to like instantly fly at the door, but try to chase you down the stairs, which gives us the chance to simply run out. So, oh my god. Sometimes the game is really memey and just gives us money all over the place. Like, when you really need ammo, just get money. I think the game just wants you to use the Duke sometimes. Just go ahead, use the Duke, please. Here, you have more money. You can have more money if you need to. Please. So, this part right here is one of the few instances where we use the 30 FPS trick. Like for now. Shot a little too late. We're using the 30 FPS to simply squeeze by faster. So we try to shoot this guy as well. When we shoot him and he's getting up, that messes with his hitboxes, so we can simply just run away. So, but for this part, we're definitely using the 30 FPS here. So, you saw how easy we could pass him, even though he simply blocked the exit. Picking up the over here. We're having 50 handgun... Sorry. We're having 50 handgun bullets right now for the reload. That's okay. But a little more would be nice. Like a little, like over 60. That would be actually fine. Because for the next boss fight, sometimes I have to finish her off with the knife because I'm running out of handgun bullets. I really try to get extra handgun bullets, but if the game is simply not giving you that, then you just, yeah. You're not screwed because you never really soft lock. You can basically finish the whole game just with the base knife, even on those shadows. But it takes its time. You can trust me on that. So, this part right here. Lady D cuts her hand off. Just take it back simply. And now we're running back. Picking up that. Trigger this attack. And now we're waiting here for the door to open. Just about this time. And we just simply run. This part is more or less free. Like, it is very scary. It can be sometimes very scary. And if you're having very bad luck, she can behave very strange. But basically, it's like just running right around, get your hand, run in the corner, let her bait the attack, and then you're free to go. So, now it's Wonder Juice time. Oh, we said it's Evelyn Herb's time. It even heals the fabric. Think about this, like, what is... I want to have this stuff as well. I want to have this stuff as well. When I'm doing some construction work and I'm losing my hand, I want to have this. I need this. So, for this part right here, we have to wait for the door to open. We bait this attack from that one zombie. which basically gives us a free pass here. So, and we open up this specific drawer here, which gives us access to extra sniper bullets. That is an important thing, because the sniper is basically like the only real weapon we're having against the Lady D boss fight later. And we need it. We definitely need it. The hardest puzzle in the game, basically you can just do this like this. Okay, maybe just one hand, because with one hand you just have to make the inputs. You're just pressing the buttons for... If you don't know which buttons you need to press, you're just pressing any button, whatever you need, or whatever you want. And it's going to work somehow. So, being at this specific part, like, makes her AI stay idle. And now we're fighting Daniela, which is the second daughter. This fight is basically super... Hey, stay. It's basically super easy, because all you do is just standing and shooting. You're waiting more or less at the lever, because the ceiling is closing. The ceiling is closing after a while. And if the ceiling is getting closed and the room starts to heat up again, she can transform back in a swarm of flies. And that swarm of flies can deal damage to you and kill you very, very fast. The daughters are only vulnerable if it's cold. That's why we open up the ceiling. But sometimes she can be very, very memey. Like sometimes she takes very, very strange lines. And sometimes she even guards the lever. Lady, please? Man? Thank you. Yeah, as you see, I'm only having 4 bullets left. Like, it's very, very tight. It's very, very tight. Make her crumble faster. Well, we do that with the knife, not with the handgun, because we are very, very limited. That was not good. Just missed a shot. We do not want to miss too many shots. So, after resolving the bell puzzle, we're doing this right now because right now it takes a little time for the big painting to open up the secret room. And if we're doing it now, we're using the downtime for waiting to get to the next fight. So, 35 handgun bullets. Can this be enough? Only time will show. Picking up 2 pipes. Throw 1. Throw another one. This fight is very easy technically. All you do is just baiting attack. Run away, turn around and shoot. Baiting attack. Run away and shoot. Sometimes she staggers in weird ways. Which I don't like to see because that can mess with you very easy. But yeah, other than that, it's really not too much of a fight. If you're used to her pattern. So, getting down the skull from that little plate. We actually have 5 handgun bullets left. Like, it can happen in some instances that I actually need to craft more ammo for this fight. Luckily, we didn't need to do now. butt scratch for good luck. Now picking up this mask. Technically, the order when you in which you pick up all the masks is not important for the game or for the progress itself, but depending on the order you're picking them up, they're in a different slot in your inventory later. So if you're picking up in that specific order that I'm doing, all you have to do while you're putting the masks into the statues is just 2 places up. Like pressing W 2 times and then pressing F. Pressing W, F, W, F. So this is the sniper, which we're very happy to have here. And we would be even more happy if we're getting extra sniper bullets. This is handgun bullets, not too shabby. Many times when I'm doing a run, I'm not even getting any ammo at all on the roof. So I'm happy that I'm getting something. So basically, this part is technically free. There's nothing that can basically happen. Like, they can hit you, and they can also put you in danger and even kill you. But this is very, very rarely. Twice handgun bullets. I'm surprised I'm not getting twice money again. So picking up the mask here. And it can happen that they like being in our way this part. But then we can just simply reduce to 30 FPS and squeeze by them very, very easy. And now we get into the part where Lady D is blocking our way. Usually in a speedrun there is a way to simply squeeze by her. It's not all too hard. But if we do this in this run, we are having to dodge her a second time once we do a detour. And yeah, that's not good because that's very hard in the other spot. So I'm going the way that we opened up before. And we're inserting the masks. This one, this one, this one, and this one. And we're running inside here. Usually in most runs you're just heading to the Duke, which is the other side. Now we are going this direction. Because in this specific drawer there is shotgun ammo. And the reason we're picking up all this very specific shotgun ammo is since we're not having the shotgun, we don't have any possibility of getting extra shotgun shells from any of those bases for random drops. So we are actually forced to collect as many fixed shotgun drops that we can get. Sniper? Ah. No sniper drops until Lady D. That is sad. Yep. This could be a tough fight. It should be enough. It should still be enough. So while this opens, we are crafting all the handgun ammo that we can have. Because that is essential. So this fight basically is like this. She has a weak spot on top of her body. And we try to hit that as many times as we can. Because the hit spot, yeah, that's the weak spot that we want to hit. That we need to hit. If we're not hitting that all too often, we will definitely run out of ammo. Even if we hit it consistently, we can run out of ammo. And what we want to do is we want to reduce her HP below a certain threshold, which is 7000 HP. Not further below. Just the 7000. The reason is, when she's doing this exactly move that she did right now, the animation on flying away, she is actually regenerating HP. And she's always regenerating back to exactly 7000. So whatever you're doing, it's basically it's useless. So we block the flies so they disappear faster. And we try to utilize the handgun once she's on top of the arena, and use the sniper once she's not on top of it, when she's flying away. Because the handgun has a damage fall off after a certain distance. Now she's flying away and we try to use the sniper again. The sniper shoots very, very, very slow. Dodge this. And she's on again. This is basically the most thing that we do. We just dodge the attacks and just shoot the weak spot. It's not all too much. The flies that she has around her, only here in Villager Shadows. Like on hardcore, casual, they're not there. So yet again, we block them and go instantly inside here to despawn them. And we really try to only hit the weak spot. Because for the second phase, we definitely need more. And the thing is, if we are using up all the handgun bullets, you're forced to use the knife. And when we're forced to use the knife, it works. It's very safe. It's not a difficult fight to do. The second phase, I mean. But it takes time. It takes really time. So basically that was it. She only has a couple HP left. We can easily get rid of that. So now she's at 1. And she should fly away. Or not. Sometimes she's super memey. She just doesn't want to go away. And sometimes she even can regenerate to 2 HP, as she did right now. I just want for her to fly away before getting her the final blow. Because otherwise she would simply drop down to the floor again. There we go. And we have a bunch of handgun bullets left. Like over 50 in the reload. That is a lot. And we even have sniper bullets left. That rarely happens. And time for good luck. Up here we're finding a couple shotgun and handgun bullets. Shotgun obviously useless at this part. But definitely needed for later on. So we can technically shoot at her and reduce her HP further below. At this stage, it's basically the same thing as before. She's definitely going to recharge her HP back to 3000. If we're dealing too much damage at the beginning part. But that's obviously not what we want, because when she's flying around the arena, we definitely cannot really hit the weak spot. And we can get about 8 hits here. And you see how long this fight actually takes. Like, even though it's working very, very well, it still takes its time. Just simply dodge it. Once you're at the left side of the arena, she's attacking the left side. Right now, we're going to the left side to bait an attack at the left side, and then we dodge to the right. If you would stand right here, after the attack, she would attack the right side, and we would have to dodge the left side. But the left side animation is easier to hit. And GG. And we still have ammo left. That was the castle. which is actually one of the hardest parts for this run. So, looks like we're getting out of this place. With the first of the 4 flasks. At this part right here, at this next part, you see the first time that we could potentially for the game collect food. Like here we're finding some fish here in the water. There are also like all sorts of other animals that we can kill. Not birds, birds only give us money. Except for one specific bird that actually drops a very specific piece of meat that we need for a certain recipe for from the Duke. But other than that, basically you're having like pigs, goats, chicken. And if you collect them in the right amount, the Duke is crafting us, or he's cooking us, a proper meal that actually like boosts our blocking, so we get less damage from blocking. We can increase our max HP with it. We can even increase our movement speed with it. But since we're not using the Duke, we don't even do this. But it's a nice, good to know. Fun fact, for every speedrun, we basically do not want to use the food as well, because it takes a lot of time. The only run that we actually need to go for that food is a 100% run. 100% runs are forcing you to actually go for that, because we want to have anything or everything basically. So we're meeting the Duke again. Now he forces us to look further into the village in order to find out what's going on. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the animation for opening the store. We're putting in the first flask in this concrete piece of concrete. And we do our next little skip here. Up in the end here, there is a tiny little lock that we can shoot from up here to open up a specific door. If we open it up from here, well, we basically do not have to do the long way around. And it's also very safe, or at least much safer than not doing this shortcut. Because you would have to deal with another bunch of extra lichens. And obviously it's way faster. So, that teddy bear, by the way, that I picked up just now, that was just an accident. Didn't actually want to pick up the... So, 2 headshots with the sniper, and he's still at 0.13% HP. But now he's dead. So, up here we pray at this part, at this specific part right here. Basically, we do not really kill that many enemies. Basically, we don't kill much enemies at all. So we try to save as much ammo as we can get for Moreau. Because Moreau is going to be the next boss fight that we actually have to face. And yeah, he will consume all of our ammo. Like, basically all of our ammo. So we try to hope for as much random sniper and shotgun ammo as we can get. So you can basically ignore all of those lichens if you're fast enough. You can basically just insert the jack handle and you're good to go. This was a good RNG, by the way. If you would have gotten the bad RNG, we would need to dodge them. And this was the door from that little cabin that we opened up. That was the lock that we shot away. Nice, we gotten the node. Yeah, that's one of the points with the interaction of this game. Ethan actually read the node, which he's not supposed to. So now we have to actually dodge this lichen. Damn it. So, and there's a checkpoint. Like, usually in a run, I would have just let me hit here. But I obviously try to avoid getting hit as many times as possible, just to ensure that many of the boss fights, especially the Miranda fight at the end, is going to be as safe as possible. Because I got memed very often in the past. I actually got a showcase run where I died multiple times. Not because it was like mostly my fault, but the game was just very memey. And it wouldn't even let me heal. So, now we're getting to the, technically casually, that part that I enjoyed the most for this game. But speedrun wise, it's a very, very tough part. I mean, luckily it's always the same. So it's not like you're having any RNG involved in this part, which is good. I mean, you're having in the RNG fight, quote unquote, a little RNG. But basically it's not like, oh my god, what's the solution of the puzzle or whatever. The dollhouse section is very much filled with puzzles all over the place, but the solutions are always the same, which is good for speedruns, because if I want to have a good example on why this is good, I suggest taking a look at original Resident Evil 3, where 7 out of 10 puzzles having RNG. And yeah. Well, we're just happy that we don't have this here. Great example, YOLO Carlos. I don't need to say more, I hope. Right now we're having some strange visions and illusions. But that is just part of Angie and Donna. Or basically Donna, which controls Angie. Because she has all these yellow, shiny, glowing spores. That causes hallucinations. But they're basically like, yeah. For us as the gamers, we can ignore them because we're gamers. We're gaming. We know what's real and what's not, right? But yeah. At this part, basically, this is where we have to actually rearrange our inventory. There is no way around. Doesn't matter what we do with the inventory first, we have to rearrange it. So. And we're having too much, actually. Like, we're actually having too much. Oh, it's okay. Have this like here. There has to be enough space in the inventory for picking up the shotgun and picking up mines. And right now we're only having space in, for the shotgun. But we're waiting a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, we can make ourselves the space. We're getting rid of a couple handgun bullets, not too much. Just in case we're getting some. Because actually for this difficulty, especially, for this run, for this category, the inventory is actually our biggest enemy. So this was a fast walking technique. Basically on the outside, we're running faster than in the inside. And if we just, once we enter the house, for a tiny little bit, leaving the house and then re-enter it in the right moment, we're gaining the outside speed for the inside part. But not for all, just for reaching the elevator. But it still saves like an easy 6 seconds or so. So it's definitely, even if you mess it up 1 or 2 times, it's still faster than simply going straight to the elevator. And right now, when you look at the HP, we're having like 52%. And here we're getting a free heal at this part. So we're back at full HP again. Which is why I tried to not get hit by the one lichen. Usually, you don't have to worry about that specific lichen at all. If you simply not grabbing the note that's next to the key. You can simply ignore him. Or if you even have good luck, he's instead of aggroing to you, he starts roaring, which is even better, because then you definitely, in that case, it wouldn't even made a difference if we pick up the node or not. But yeah, in this case we just wanted to dodge him. So we're having the free HP. So next puzzle, the music box puzzle, is what I call like the machine gun inputs. Because those inputs are going to be very fast. Easy. Sometimes the game likes to eat the inputs. And yeah, like it's been a while since I actually got it actually. Because the game really likes to eat inputs. Like this game is infamous for that. Like many runners say that they rarely have seen a game that eats up so many inputs. Right now we try to open up the doll's mouth. And that is a very, very tight spot. Like it's not easy to actually hit the mouth. It's very, very easy to by accident examine the eye or even the boobs. And doing that costs time. Because for whatever reason, Ethan, he just examines them and just stares at them for like easy 10 seconds. And then you cannot do anything. Like if you're not inspecting the mouth right away, you're losing time. It doesn't matter. Now we're watching a little horror movie. Sounds like, it looks like The Ring. Like, you know, in the well, going down. Spoilers ahead. In The Ring, there is a well. But yeah, if you're messing up this part, like it's very easy to mess up the interactions in this specific part. Because I really don't know what they actually did. And the reason also why third person will never, in my opinion, will never be highly run in this game. Because as you saw right now, the puzzle, I just went to the puzzle, I aimed at the spot that I wanted to inspect, and I just inspected. Like in third person, they changed that. They changed that. Like, you're not like interacting with a specific part, you're interacting with the whole part. And then you separately have to choose what you want to do. Basically, it avoids any mistakes on examining the wrong part, basically. But it takes so much extra time. Like right here, I'm choosing them by simply going out and aim at the next part. In third person, you simply look at all three of them at the same time. And then you choose which one you want to turn. And this takes way more time. Because you're having a little delay every time you do something. In those, like, micromanagements. Which is sad. Like, I don't know why they needed to do that. Picking up the key. And go up the ladder. So... now we're hearing a tiny little baby in the back. Isn't it cute? Many people are afraid of the baby. I don't know why. I think it looks cute. It's a cute little baby. Yeah, I think it's a cute baby. Like, there is no question about it. For time-save purposes, we just don't look at it right now. But we try to inspect it later. So, what we're gonna do, like, the baby is actually blocking the way to the elevator. So we have to do the little detour around here. So, and if we're fast enough, we can actually pick this little relief up. And place it into the door before the baby reaches us. If not, we would have to wait here in this little tunnel. And we got it. Because the baby, if we're too slow, the baby can easily kill us right here. So we're going in, we're picking up the fuse. Walking in the dark. Now we can have a look at the beautiful baby. Isn't it beautiful? Well, there's a very, very precise skip that we can do. If you watch at this specific leg that I'm pointing at right now, once it leaves the stairs, we can simply squeeze by here. Like that. On 30 FPS, this is pretty much very free. On consoles, I've heard it's very doable, but it's way more precise. From what I've heard from console runners. So it's not that easy. If you wouldn't have done the skip, there are a bunch of different skips to do this, by the way. The beginning part, once the game came out, there were so many ways to do it. Like every week there was a new baby skip. A new way to dodge the baby at this part. But this was the most efficient and the most free. Hands down. Who do not want to throw a pipe bomb in this beautiful map? God, it's so cute. Look at it. It just wants to play. Hi, baby. This right here would be another great example on checkpoints to restart that we do just to get a tiny little teleport ahead. But yeah, like I said, it's very tiny. It's not too much of a deal. Now we're having the quote-unquote boss fight with Angie, which is basically just a hide and seek. And if we're too slow on finding her, the dolls that are like shaking in this area, as you see, the more time we need to find her, the more they shake, and sooner or later they're going aggro and they're attacking you and damaging you. But even if you just walk this whole area and not sprinting at all, you still find her fast enough. So the first part, the first moment that we find her, it's in the second floor. It's always there, like it's always in this specific room up there. The second time we see her, it's either right here on the left side, right here, or it's up in the corner. This is like the good RNG for the second spot. And we can basically hear if she goes to the good or the bad spot. I think I heard her on the right speaker, so it should be here. That's the good RNG for the third place. So we actually got a good RNG. If you would have heard her on the left side, after the second place good RNG, then we know it's the bad RNG and we would have to run back to the elevator, because that would be the third place for her to be. Also, this is a nice little test to see if your ears are still working and your speakers. So we got the key and another flask. Basically, we could pick this up, but yeah, we cannot even sell this. I mean, we could, but we won't. So now for this next part, we have to be, yeah, we have to take a closer look at the inventory then to see what and how we're going to pick it up. And we probably need to get rid of the heal that is in our inventory. Because for this next part, we try to save as much ammo as possible. Crafting a heal for this next part, we don't have the inventory space to even get the heal. We have the materials, we could craft one. But if we don't have the inventory space to even have it. So if we want to craft a heal, or if we need to because we're getting hit, then yeah. Yeah, we have to get rid of ammo, which is not very good. We do not want to get rid of ammo. This is like always where you play in your mind. Ooh, what do I get rid of? What can I get rid of the most? So we definitely have to get rid of excess handgun bullets and the heal. There is no way around. There is the mine. And there's the shotgun. It perfectly fits into the inventory. And we try to open up as many random boxes that we can get that are in our way, just to be able to get as many random shotgun or sniper or whatever. This is just money. This specific key is important for later. Usually not in a speedrun, but basically for this specific category. And yeah, the inventory is now that tight. We cannot really afford having the grenade launcher, having the magnum, or whatever any other weapon. We are basically forced to stick to the weapons that we're having right now. So up here there could be sniper ammo if you're lucky. It's even shotgun. Also fine. This always has money. Just easily dodge him. And while we open up the next door, we rearrange our shortcuts to the weapons. Damn it. Eat an input. This is what I mean, like, I'm pressing down, but it's not getting me the input. And as you might saw when you get the glimpse on the inventory, we're having a bunch of shotgun ammo, because we collected almost everything. But that's basically it. Yeah. We don't even have that much more space for more shotgun ammo at this part, because we got lucky a couple times. But yeah. We'll let ourselves hit by this specific, like, big werewolf. Because that messes with his AI. So we're having a free pass. And this is not dealing any damage at all. 5 handgun bullets to open this up. And 5 handgun bullets to open this up. As you see on the HP bar, this really didn't deal any damage. It's just a stagger. So, and by the way, as you saw, there were a couple pigs outside. We could have killed them and collect the meat, bring it to the Duke. But even if we wanted to, even if you would have wanted to, it's not possible because we don't even have the inventory space. Right here, what we're doing is pause buffering in this elevator, the next area. Like when we're pausing at this specific part, the next area is loading in the back while the timer basically stops. I'm only doing this for this specific one elevator, just for showcase purposes. But this is basically like a hidden loading screen. So basically the faster your PC loads, the more time you save. So to avoid that, we're having pause buffering here. So it doesn't matter how fast your PC loads, you're not losing any time when you're pause buffering here. And letting the next area load in the back. Getting the third flask. And now we have to get away from the rope. Or better said, from this area. Many people like this area. I also like this area. It's just like, it's very straightforward. Like there is nothing too much here. You're having a couple lichens right here, but you simply can't ignore them. Just picking this up for because we can. This box right below us. Let's see what we're having in here. Money, which is useless. So, getting over here. Get up the key. And get the hell out of here. Once we pick up the key, a couple more lichens are spawning. But as you see, we were just turning fast enough. You simply grab the key, say goodbye, and that's it. So, with this boat key, we're taking a little boat ride. First, we're checking on that little barrel that's on the outside part, because we want to get a couple sniper bullets. I'm only having 3 sniper bullets right now in the reload. That is very, very few. That is extremely little, to be honest.
Would now be a good time for a donation.
Yeah, go ahead. That's actually a good time.
We have $10 from Roadkill Revenge. Great runs for the first day. Can't wait to see the rest. GG's on finishing out the RE block. Love this event. And that also puts us over $300.
Woo! Nice! Holy! And we'll... How many hours is the event's going? Like 14 hours or so? Or 15? Well, that's actually a good a very, very good amount for that time. So, right here, we shoot one of the two wooden bars. Don't know how to explain that. My English sucks, sorry. But yeah, we just shoot one of them. Because the second one is easier to shoot once we get closer to it in the next section. And all we do is just basically, we just run. We basically just stop in a very few instances. Shotgun, that's nice. That's nice. I would be also happy about sniper ammo, but I'll take shotgun as well. Right here, this is the second wooden locket, or whatever. And this is what I meant. Now we're having too much in our inventory. So every time we try to pick something up, our inventory opens up and we have to rearrange it. Every time this happens, we're losing time. So we try to avoid that. Well, we cannot really avoid that for the most part. That's why inventory is actually our biggest enemy in this specific game. So we're opening up this, shooting out this. And once we pull this lever, behind us, there is a little platform coming up. We restarted the checkpoint, and we don't have to wait for that to come up. It's already up there once we restarted the checkpoint. So, and all those levers are just helping certain parts stay up. Just pulling them, just run. There is money in this barrel. I just want, all I want is just sniper ammo. Like, the RNG right now is not the biggest fan of us. I mean, at least we're getting shotgun. I got many runs where we didn't even get shotgun. So I should be happy about that. But usually I'm having like at least 10 sniper bullets in the reload at this part. Which would be good. I would really appreciate that. Now the game's trolling. Now the game's really trolling. Is there also money? Yeah, I see the money. Oh my god, game. I refuse to pick that up. I refuse to pick that up. That is not good. It could happen that we actually run out of ammo at Moreau, and we technically have to finish him off with the knife. In a run, that would be a reset. Because you're losing like easy minutes. I'm talking about minutes at this part. If you're forced to use the knife because you're running out of ammo, you are losing easy 2 minutes, if not more, depending on when your ammo is running out and depending on how many shots you might or might not miss. Money again. This interaction as well is very, very tricky. So we're putting in the crank here. Yeah, okay, I pick up the money. Okay, game, you won. I'm picking up the money. Now we can climb up here. And with that, basically we reached the boss fight. With not all too much sniper ammo. Basically the sniper is a good weapon. But in terms of damage, it's not all too important if you're using shotgun or sniper, as long as you're hitting the weak spot. They both deal very similar damage. But yeah, like if you look at this, I cannot pick up any further shotgun bullets because I'm fully stacked, but I could pick up to 15 per stack sniper bullets, which is what I would like to have. I'm only having 3. Ay. Well, yeah, let's see how it goes. Should be easy. Or so. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, guys. Fish molly time. Right here, there is an ammo capacity upgrade for the other handgun that we could have picked up next to the jack handle. Sniper! What am I? But that other pistol would take way too much space in the inventory. And we cannot get rid of any excess weapons. If you want to get rid of weapons in this game, you would need to sell them to the Duke. You cannot discard them easily. And since we cannot use the Duke, we cannot get rid of any unwanted weapons. Just bait a melee attack and try to shoot this weak spot there. Bait a melee attack, try to hit the weak spot there. So, and we try to just keep him here. Like this specific part. And after every shot, we try to stab 2 times. It doesn't seem much, but this actually makes a huge difference. We're not losing any time here when we're doing it this way. But it has a huge impact. Just doing 1. Oh, this was not good. I mean, it's okay. So now he got below 75 HP. And once he's below 75, he's going up on the roof. Just wasting a couple handgun bullets here. Also just to make a little space in my inventory for it. So, as you see, we run out completely out of sniper bullets. Get down here, buddy. And now we try to lure him into that desired directions that we want. So, it can easily happen that he actually hits you. So you always have to be very, very careful with this movement. So he most likely should destroy this. Yep. Now he's stuck a little. We have to unstuck him by baiting a melee attack. It's a very precise movement. It takes a little practice to actually get it going very consistently. So. All the weak spot damage that we can get. So now we try to place a mine here. Placing another mine here. Placing the mines in the wrong pattern, actually causing them to not deal the full damage. It's a little tricky. Dude, please. He stuck us. We had to block here. Every time he hits us, he's backing up a little. That's kind of good. We try to use as efficient as we can all the resources we're having. So he's going below the 30% mark, so now he's going up again. So I'm gonna simply wait for him to come down here. Technically, the amount of ammo that I'm having should be enough. Like, barely. Get down here, buddy. So, all I try to do now is just stuck him here. 1, 2, slash. 1, 2, slash. 1, 2, slash. Like I said, those knife hits are not much, but it stacks up after a while. One, two, slash. This is like the worst thing that can happen, because in this position it's very... He definitely goes unstuck here, and you want to get him back there. Can we get back there? Nope, we can't. So we have to turn him here. Yeah, it can happen sometimes, but that's why we have the safety heal here. He's backing up, which gives us a couple extra shots here. So, and he's coming back to our desired location. And we can continue the fight as intended. Stab, stab, slash. Stabs. Sometimes it's eating the second stab input, which is not good, but it's okay. We're actually running out of ammo? You're kidding me, game? So just one drop of sniper ammo would have been enough. The reason I'm not using the handgun to finish him off at this part is the handgun actually deals less damage. So we're forced. So we're losing time. We actually, thank God we're not losing that much time, because it's just like less than % that we have to go down. But it can happen that you're having to knife down like 4 to 5%, and that is not good. But yeah, that's Moreau. Basically eating up all of our stuff. It's just a couple handgun bullets we have here, not all too much. And yeah, as you see, like, we're having one mine and one pipe left. We basically want to have them secured for the next part. Shotgun drop, nice. Now we're getting sniper, oh my god. But an important thing, an important factor, that we not reload the sniper at this part. That is an important thing, because we picked up that one special key after we left the dollhouse, and that key gives us access to a house where we find an ammo capacity upgrade for the sniper. And attaching it into an empty sniper actually gives us 9 free bullets. We could do the pause buffering on that elevator again, but as I said, I'm not doing it anymore for the showcase. Right here, after this, I can go to, I could go to the Duke section, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's early in the morning here. I could go this right way up, which we have access now since we're having the crank. And I could get the Magnum for the next part. The main issue with that is that since we're not having access to the Duke, we cannot really have much ammo for the Magnum. So even if we would have picked it up, we only have like 3 slots in our inventory for ammo. Which means we're barely having like any ammo at all. And that, at the end of the day, will cost us a lot of time. So now what we have to do is a little scavenging here. Opening up this little drawer here for shotgun ammo. Then we're going all the way back there. Because this is the location where the house is. Please. Thank you, Ethan. Here we're using this one certain key. This was 270917. Yeah. Woohoo. Big brain. Money. Thank God it's money. So, and this attach. I'm from 0 to 9 bullets into the sniper, which is huge. Shotgun. Oh my God. Hopefully the game is now good to us and gives us what we actually need. So there is an extra lockpick in there, which for safety purposes, just picking it up. Don't quite need it right now, but you know. There is an old strat where I used to pick him up because I didn't pick up any less. Sometimes I just pick it up a reflex, just because of the old habits. And in here, there is another pack of shotgun ammo. There is, if we want to go a big way around this way, there is another drawer that gives us sniper bullets. But due to the routing that we're having today, we're not forced to go this way anymore. So, but what we are forced to do, to go to, is the next part, like, up there it goes to the stronghold, which is one of the most, memey parts, I want to say. A lot of stuff that can happen there. But first we have to go this direction here. Because in this specific house, there's an optional boss fight, which we totally ignore. But there's also a bunch of stuff to pick up. Shotgun ammo, really? Oh my God. The game is blessing me. I won't complain. Just saying. Shotgun ammo, there is sniper ammo. 1, 2, 3. We say hello. Picking up the URB here. 1, 2. Money and a couple handgun bullets. The handgun bullets basically are the first thing that we drop once we need to pick something up that we cannot. Like right now. Like right now. This part I'm just throwing the 30 pack. Over there is also shotgun. We just drop him. Yeah, this is the thing, like, we have to literally manage our inventory, like, basically every minute. We're having a big lot of shotgun ammo, actually. Like, the average for the next boss fight is having about 25 shotgun and about 30 sniper bullets. That is about the average. Having more than 30 in one of those two weapons is very good. It's very unlikely, but good. So we're dropping at this specific part. Dropping down at this specific part gives us a free pass over here. And now we're not having enough space for it. Yeah, we have to get rid of the handgun bullets. We have to. There is no way around. So we're only having 9 handgun bullets left, guys. 7. Yep, it's going to be a fun part. Lucky us, we don't need that many. But we could get meat easily. So let's hope for the best. Any prayers in the chat? My god, I don't have any space. Ooh, strike. Holy shit. All 6 of them. Money. Ah, please. Okay, so now that we put those 2 levers, we need to wait for this door to open up, for this gate. That was unfortunate. But we're not forced to use a heal here, which is very, very good. Perfect. As long as we're not forced to use a heal here, that is actually very, very good. This can be considered a very, very good stronghold. So, this next checkpoint, actually, we are going to restart, because that is kind of like it's manipulating the spawns of the lichens. So this one right here. Because if you go in the first try, you're having a shitload of lichens at the end of that one zipline that we're approaching right now. But if you're restarting, it's only like 3. And we're having a bug where only that big lichen that just jumped down spawns and no other lichens. If that happens, Urias, the next boss fight, will also not spawn. So we have to restart here again. It can happen very rarely. It's an unfortunate time loss. But yeah. So we're waiting here a moment. And as you see, like there's no lichen waiting here. If you wouldn't have restarted the checkpoint, there would have been like still 4 or 5 lichens waiting for us here. So now we're just running. Can easily pass here. We're picking up the extra gunpowder here. So that metal scraps that we see all over the place, they're basically useless because we're never getting the recipes where we can actually use them. Because you need to buy them from the Duke. You could craft mines, pipes, stuff like this. Which would be nice to have. But yeah. Game says no. Really? I'm completely full? I cannot... Oh my god. This is very, very rarely to be happen. But I'm not having enough space in the inventory to actually pick up more. Yeah. Oh my god. So, this part. Try to give only headshots here. This sniper is not upgraded, which means it's very, very slow in fire rate. So, I'm one in the air. Nice. Come on, buddy. No. Those two. Could you please go up? Usually he should have grabbed at least one pillar. What's happening with him? Buddy? And now he's grabbing a pillar? What's wrong with you, huh? Well, it's not all too worse. Now we're having inventory space that we can use to pick this up, to get ourselves a heal. Not the end of the world. So, at this specific location, we can have him and one lichen and another lichen. Okay, sadly we didn't get the hit. But this hit him. Okay, now he's picking up. Perfect. We bring him down below 60%. This is the important thing. And now we try to get him into this specific looping. This looping prevents him from spawning an extra pack of lichens. And that is an important thing. We could be able to handle the situation, but it's way faster to simply save the resources for him and not for the extra ads that he's spawning. This movement takes a lot of practice to actually perfect and to do safely. So please stay safe, don't try this at home or at school. This is an original knife-only strat that we utilize in knife-only runs. Because in knife-only we definitely do not have the resources or the possibilities to deal with the extra pack of lichens. Which is why we try to utilize this strat for here. It looks easy, but you can easily mess this up. And sometimes he's moving weird, or he's getting stuck. And then he turns very, very quick and can still hit you. Usually at this part I have to even craft handgun bullets because I'm not having enough ammo. Like, it's insane how lucky we were. With the last bullet, guys. With the last bullet. Oh my god. GG's. First try. Easy boss fight. Well, not easy. That is not easy to pull off. Picked up everything. Extra space. Picking that up. And now we are actually approaching the next boat section and approaching the factory. Fun fact for the boat rides, by the way, since the game is working a little weird on higher FPS, the more FPS you're having, the faster the boat section is. So if you can get up in theory to like, say 1000 FPS or so, the boat's very quick. Just call it this way. Which is one of the reasons we're capping for speedruns the game to 120. So people with like PCs that are able to run at like potentially 1,000,000 FPS, yeah, are not having like an unfair disadvantage. Because it would make this game like pay to win in some instances. So that goats basically, like, if you're unlucky and they're in the way, they can easily cost you like a second or so. Many runners are fearing this gold. They're very afraid. I would just shoot them. Just for the purpose of shooting them. But the problem is I don't even have the ammo for it. So I cannot even shoot them. But you see, when you see at all the boss fights that you saw right now, how tight the ammo counter actually is. Like, we barely even have enough space in the inventory to even have the amount of ammo that we need to actually kill the bosses. Which, in my opinion, makes this a very, very interesting run. In my opinion, this is like really the best way to play this game. Challenge-wise and also survival horror-wise. Because I think this is one of the major aspects of having a horror game, especially a survival horror game, a limited amount of resources. I think that is an important factor, in my opinion. And not having like a million shots left after a certain time. I think that's an important thing. The Chalice of the Giants put it in here. By the way, for speedruns in general, usually in the shotgun we would only try to have one shell reloaded at the same time and not 4. Usually this is the way to go because the shotgun then shoots faster because you just insta reload that one bullet. That has a higher increase fire speed. But we try to keep the ammo in the shotgun high, or as high as we can, and keep the ammo counter in the inventory low. So we can technically have more shotgun shells with us. And potentially have another little space left for extra sniper bullets, for example. Or whatever we need. Just noticed, I could have used actually a mine, an extra mine at Moreau to save a couple more bullets. Ah yeah, doesn't really matter. It went very well, to be honest. Lunchtime! Please, thank you. So, picking all this extra chem fluids up, basically just for having the possibility to craft extra heals, if needed. So, those enemies are only here in Village of Shadows. Like, those extra zombies, you don't have in a regular run. Like, on hardcore or lower. You only have them here. And usually for most speedruns, we try to utilize the grenade launcher in the factory as much as possible. Hey, buddy. Yeah, obviously because it makes so many parts way much safer. And this is the infamous ledge. Yeah. Sometimes it's for many... In the old days, it was very common for runners to lose a lot of time on this specific ledges to climb up. Because Ethan does not want to get up there for the most time. We dodge this. We needed to shoot him to get through. Because sometimes they body block. Whew! That was close. That was very close. Hey, buddy. Say hello to the camera. Say hello to the people at Horrible Games. Sanjeev, say hello. Can you say hello? He can. He's shy. Here we're having the Duke again. Basically, we would use him later, like right before we leaving the factory. Here is another example for a 30 FPS part. Just reduce to 30. And try to squeeze by this area. Back up to 120. Sometimes if you're getting grabbed in the wrong moments, you're still getting damage, but it's just like 50% damage, which is still okay. You're not in danger, that is the important thing, because usually everything puts you into danger zone. And as long as you're not in danger, you're basically fine. Yeah, it could be worse. Let's call it this way. We dodge him. We dodge those two. And we restart the checkpoint right here. Restarting this checkpoint resets the zombies in the outside part. And gives us a more or less free pass when we're leaving. Mold here. And that's a free pass. That guy as well is also only here on Villager Shadows. And he's guarding that that thing where you put in the molds. But if you go up here, he's resetting. And that is just the right amount of time for us to reach when that is ready. So we can easily just pick it up and completely be able to ignore him. Whoop. Right here in this drawer that we just passed, there is a magnum ammo. But no magnum ammo. We're restarting here the checkpoint just to make this part consistent. It should be consistent as long as I'm not messing up the movements. Except for those, yeah. Sometimes they just try to stuck, they do not move. And sometimes it's so hard to get past them. But yeah, even if. But you can easily mess this up. Like if you're just moving a tiny little nudge too much to the right, to the left, or you're just being too slow, you can easily get hit somewhere and easily lose a run here. Extra sniper ammo, nice! Woohoo! Game, you seem to like me. Because I like you. Picking up the next mold for the cogwheel. We are going here, putting that in here. And we're doing the same thing like the last time. Basically we just leave to reset that big solder. And once we're coming back, we can pick it up. Free pass. So, from here on, it's running and collecting. There is not all too much of this in the factory, up until a certain part. Please. Yeah, thanks interactions. Thank you. You cannot waste too much time here. Because of that specific dude. If he would have wasted more time, yeah, he would have cut us. Oh, we just pass here. Then we try to pass here. Because here is an extra mine we would like to have. And another door with 5 light bulbs. Here this one dude is dropping down. We just ignore him. Like we can simply ignore him. Like he's sitting now over there. We go over here. He's just resetting. But we go inside here again. Because we want to pick up the extra shotgun shells that are in there. Picking up this, picking up more extra shotgun shells that are in here. Picking up the money. Baiting an attack, so we're having a free pass here. Now we're equipping a pipe. Blow up them. Those are also only here in Villager Shadows, and they can give you a hard time. But lucky us, we're having the pipes. Pipe's the lifesaver. So, what do we have here? What's the present behind there? Is it Sniper? Did I just saw Sniper? Woohoo! Sniper bullets! So, those next two zombies can easily be passed. There's nothing else to worry about, but we need to go there. Because there are 2 extra pipes that we wanna have. Right there. And we just go here. And here. They're very easy to dodge, as long as they're basically hitting with their weapons. Those zombies are easy to dodge. If they're grabbing, you just have to block. Just have to react fast enough. So, but this next part is the most toxic part in the factory. Because usually you would have a flash for this part, which would be the best. But not this time. So we're forced to pray a little and try to manipulate them without using a flash. And that's tough. Let's see how it works. So we're going here. Aim up there. Try to get him there. So if we're good, there should one come up here, exactly. We bait an attack. The second one should... No, it's not enough. But we got it. That is a very toxic part. This can easily mess up your run. You can easily die there. Do we have ammo here? No, handgun bullets. So, phew! We got it. Which also brings us to more or less the end of the factory. There is nothing... Well, just a tiny little bit left. But the most part of the factory is now done. Also, the most difficult parts of the factory are done. Yeah, for learning this game in particular, there are many tiny little things to learn for a game that's actually very long. In general, like it's the speedrun for the casual speedrun is like the casual difficulty speedrun is like 1 hour 30 minutes. Like 1 hour 29 is the world record, but about 1.5 hours. That's in my opinion like a long game. Like many games that I know usually are about like 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes, maybe even lower. Sure, there are more, but yeah. For a game to learn, this is actually much. There are many things to learn for a run that is that long. Picking up extra shotgun. We just got rid of a couple of our handgun bullets. Just because we don't need that much, at least for now. And probably we need, depending on how lucky we are with the drops, we probably need to get rid of even more. And that was a good time to just waste them. No, we're getting them back anyway, so whatever. So dropping down here, many people do not know this part actually, but it's a very, very good part because you're getting 2 extra mines, which is huge in this category, and another pack of 8 shotgun shells. That's a lot. That is a very lot. Compared to just entering the elevator, you're losing about like 10 seconds. But it's well worth it, for this category at least. So, how does the inventory look like? Yeah, as you see, like, we're not having that much space left. Yeah. But that is good. That is a good amount. We can actually use... For real, we can use a mine on Sturm. We're actually having an extra mine now. So we're restarting this checkpoint here because that also messes with the enemy placement in the next room. To give us a more or less free pass. So at this part, we're reducing back to 30. We'll squeeze by here. Okay. This next drill guy, we'll wait here for a moment. Then we can pass him here. And there is another one coming out of the door. But, thanks to the restart, we can easily sneak past him here. Going over here, resetting them. So. So now we have to wait for him to clear the path so we can easily pass him here. And there's another dude waiting outside here, but that one we can just shoot once and he's stunned, so that's a free pass. So dodging triggers a specific attack that makes it easy for us to get past him. And for this specific dude, usually you would want to use a flash, but we do not have a flash. So, we're doing that specific strat again. Whee! Yup! And we're done. That strat takes a little practice to actually get it going, but it's easier than it looks like. It looks kind of wild, but it's actually not too bad. Like, as long as you know that when you go down, that you not instantly just go ahead, but look to the side and strafe a little, then it's basically free. It's basically free. So, we're going up here. So, we pick up a little stuff in the next room. Mine. Shoddy! Ooh, ooh. What's inside here? Another handgun bullet. Yeah, we don't need that much handgun bullets. We can basically stick to what we have right now. This is basically a very good loadout. A very good loadout, actually. Fourth turn here. So, we wait for this steam animation. Then we can trigger an attack going right here. 2 bullets. We want him to clear the area a little bit. Where am I? I lost orientation. Okay, this was not as planned. I lost orientation. So, but now I have my orientation back. And what we do now is alternating between this corner and this corner. It's not too difficult, but easy to mess up. Like, if you're having like a little bad luck and he staggers in the wrong moment, you could easily run into the blades. Running into the blades is a death sentence. I actually need to dodge this way right now. So, now he's throwing fire at us. Dude. We try to use that we can. You can let him aim at certain points, like this right now, and you can use that to simply make him not burn the whole place down. Like, you see, the fire is just in tiny little spaces. If he uses the fire breath throughout the whole room, It's very hard to get through the room without getting damaged. So we are trying to abuse now the sniper and the handgun as much as we can. To save a couple shotgun shells for the next boss fight that's coming up. Woo! I overlooked the wall. That could have gone bad. So let him breath over here. Reload the snipe. So far we're getting very good RNG actually. I like it so far. Always try to avoid that he could breathe into the room. Now we're forced to walk a little through the fire. That's what I meant. I'm just going for a safety heal now, just in case. Because it would be a shame to lose such a good loadout to a death. So, if we do it correctly, this should be a kill. That's it. That is Stormy. So, up there. Oh, yeah, we didn't use the extra mine. Well, we didn't need to. So. There is shotgun ammo over there, which we want to have. Because the more shotgun shells you're having for the next fight, the better. Are you kidding me? So, and that was the factory, which, yeah. It's kind of surprising that it went that good. Sadly, I haven't turned on the SRT. I mean, the live split. Would have been curious, what time we're having right now. Please? Please? This is what I mean with the interaction in this game sometimes. Like, you're standing in front, I couldn't even go any further. Like, I couldn't. Yeah, sometimes you just can't. Like, you're pressing the... Yeah. Sometimes you just don't get it. So, now we're reaching the tank part. We just aim there and shoot ourselves with the recoil into the elevator. It saves about a second or so, or maybe 2. It's a very special trick I've learned in the army. So, and from here on, we have another pause buffering for elevator. But yeah, we're not using it. Shooting open the gate as soon as possible. And restarting this checkpoint, because if we don't not restart it, we will have to wait for him to spawn. If we restart it right away, It's right there. So... Ah, goddammit. I messed up. Oh, it's okay. There is a way to avoid him actually doing this specific attack. You can prevent the attack from happening, but if you have to interrupt the attack, like I had to right now, then you see all those metal plates in the area. And those are spawning like in a way, in a pattern, where it's harder for you to actually hit them. They try to block you. It's not the end of the world, but in a speedrun, it can definitely mess you up. And it's way faster and more efficient if you can let one light explode in the exact moment that he actually spawns it. It's a very precise thing to do, but also very hard. And the second one, he does that 2 times in this fight, if you do it correctly. The second time, we just made it with the rocket we just shot. We avoided that attack. That was a very precise rocket. Oh, didn't get the explosion. Oh, it's not that bad. Still a good fight. That's it. Like, this fight, optimally done for a speedrun, is very, very hard. Like, getting it really optimally done. Like, for example, he's now moving to a certain spot. That is over here. This takes its time. If he stands at this specific point the moment he dies, you're saving all that time. You're saving a good amount of time. Getting that optimally done is very, very tough. Just beating him is not really too much of a thing. As long as you keep a little distance between you and him, it's still doable. So now we're using we would use the shotgun, but I'll try to go for the handgun first. Because I want to pick up shotgun shells first. Nice. Usually we would, in a normal run, we would have all the required shotgun ammo, but we have to pick that up. And that is basically it. You can have your eyes closed. You can drink, zip, whatever. You can just shoot him. You can stun lock him with the shotgun that easy. It's not too much of a deal. You can sleep a little, you can have a little nap. Like, that's the reason I'm not really calling this a boss fight, to be honest, because it's, yeah, for obvious reasons, I think. So, we pick up extra sniper bullets. So, how's the count? Yeah, it looks okay. Probably have to get rid of the handgun bullets later. But it's okay. So far, we're having a good run going. Like, it was very, very smooth. Yeah, at this part, I'm getting FPS drops. I'm sorry about that. Like, my PC, even though I'm running at the lowest settings, my PC cannot quite handle this. Honestly. Like, I'm sorry for that. But it stops right here. And this was Heisenberg. Boom. Now we're having a little section that is always the same, doesn't matter what we're playing, which is kind of nice, because it feels like you're getting buffed. Yeah, after not having the Duke and running with not upgraded weapons. We're now playing a little section with Chris. And yeah, with Chris you always have the same loadout. You always have a machine gun, a handgun, a special knife that actually deals damage. You're having grenades, flashes, all the cool and fancy stuff that we wish Ethan could have as well. This part is very consistent technically, and it's easy executable. It just takes a little practice, but it's not all too difficult. So there's one Lycan on the left. Shoot him once. Once we pass him, throw a nade. There's a 3 Lycans over here. Throw another nade. Another 2. There are 2 flashes over there you can pick up. Then we equip 1 flash. Do the shortcut, so we can have easily access to it. Hit him. There is another checkpoint right here that could save us like 0.2 seconds or something like this. Just picking this up for safety purposes. It's an extra nade. And once we're coming out here, this one. One nade over here. And flash. Another flash. And you see sometimes they just ignore flashes. Every now and then it can happen that they just ignore the stuff you're doing. Oh yeah, that's why the extra saves are. The extra nades that we save. So we now have to kill a couple of them. Wait. That was a little too quick. We killed them too fast. Please, boys, please, boys, please, boys. Boys, boys, boys! Whew, that was close. So we're waiting here for the one big Lycan to drop down. Throw the grenade. And run up this direction. Running around here. Outside here. Once we're outside, we're throwing a flash. And we instantly use the laser. Like, it's right when we throw the flash, the laser is reloaded, and we can shoot again. We need to hit that house a couple times. Just to get inside here to reach our next boss fight. It's Uriah's little brother, or big brother. It's a precise series of combinations to get this fight done very, very smooth. But with enough practice, it's not all too difficult. In fact, it's very consistent. The weak spot on his back is where we actually wanna hit him. So now the laser is reloaded. I'm aiming at the bottom because that makes it easier to hit. Because if he moves weirdly, it can happen that he actually dodges the laser, which is not good. Triggering this specific attack. So we try to get him down between 20 and 25% HP. That is the goal. Because that is the range that we want to have him for one clip to finish him off. If he dies from the laser, you're having a way longer death animation by him. So it takes a while. If you kill him with weapons, like with the machine gun for example, you're saving about like 6 seconds or so. Obviously the most optimal outcome is when you're having him at like 21%. That is the most optimal outcome for the laser to shot. Because then it's like, I don't know, a couple shots, he instantly drops off. And now we are actually approaching the very last boss fight. Which is Miranda. And we hope it's actually working out correctly. Most of the people that see this run are actually very surprised why I'm doing this one specific strat. And when they hear it's actually saving about 12 to 13 minutes doing it this way, most people cannot believe it. You're going to see it soon. It's like an unexpected strat. Like I would be very yeah, very surprised if anyone in the chat actually could guess the approach on Miranda for the fight. The approach on Miranda is actually very unexpected for most people. So, we want to save our the real baby, like our baby, Rose. So, the Duke left us here, which is good. Now we can actually continue. Yeah, and as expected, I have to get rid of a couple stuff here. Not picking up the extra shotgun shells. But I am picking up the extra heal. Because as you see my inventory right now, I don't even have the inventory space, the proper inventory space. So if I'm not getting rid of enough ammo, I wouldn't even be able to craft a heal. I can craft easily like 10 heals or so. But yeah. All of our weapons are not upgraded at the moment. Like every single one. We just have to live with non-upgraded weapons. And the surprising thing is that even this shotgun, which is a stronger shotgun, without any upgrades, is weaker than the knife. No jokes intended. It's actually the case that the knife deals more damage to her than the shotgun. And almost the same damage as the sniper does. Granting it's not upgraded, obviously. Once you're all the time in close range, in close proximity to her, you can quite barely dodge almost every one of her attacks. Almost every single one of her attacks is predictable, and you can more or less easily dodge her. Now we dodge to the left. This is the triple attack, which we can attack from behind. It's just a one stab and a turn. Now she's transforming into a spider. I dodging to the left side, the specific attack. We're letting her attack now. Now she's getting up. Now she's coming down. And we can slash again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is something very rarely that happened. We were full HP, and she was able to hit us twice in the same frame. With one attack. This is very rarely to happen. This has like a 2% chance of happening. This is super unlucky. This is something that is very rarely to be seen. Most people don't believe me when I say this happens. Oh, and it seems like the SRT is also stuck now. Nice, so I have to do this without seeing the HP bar. Ay. What a curse. Like, usually you can just tank the hit, heal, and keep on fighting. Because, like I said, the game has a one-hit protection. But, like I said, it can happen very rarely. As you just saw, this is a very, very good example on how easy a run can get lost. Especially on the random. So, but we do not lose all too much time. And it's just the first phase, the first two phases that are quite time consuming. Now we're again at the spider form. So, dodged again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See? This is how it was supposed to look like. Like just getting a hit. And not two hits at the same frame. This showcase run was too good to be true. This attack you can basically, if you're standing close to her, you can just walk around her. 3, 4, 5. Hit him. Going up. Now we're dodging to the side. And she should be transitioning to the flying form very soon. And usually I would have HP bar to predict that. But not this time. Yeah, you can also block the attack and you're not getting into critical. Even with that, once she hits me now, I'm just getting down to 1 HP. Which is totally fine. As long as I'm not getting that double hit again. Actually, it's been a while since I got that hit. So, we try to dodge 1, 2, 3. Just for safety purposes, I'm getting myself a heal. Because those balls, it can happen that Ethan gets stuck. Oh, my. And then the balls hit you. If you're not at full HP, well, the result is, I think you can imagine what happens. The first ball brings you down to like half HP, the second one brings you to 1 HP, and the third one kills you. Like, you can block them, but yeah, we're not having an infinite amount of heals. She's soon going to do her big spirit bomb attack. And she's doing that right now. We try to hit her and the ball a couple times. And 5. Didn't work, sadly. Usually, when it's working correctly, you can interrupt the attack. This, by the way, is the only way to interrupt the attack. Like, it's impossible to do it any other way, because with the knife you cannot reach. All the other weapons are not dealing enough damage. Okay, this wasn't working. Doesn't matter. Throwing this here. Like, if everything goes according to plan, she should be at around 20% left at this part. From here on end, it's basically... yeah. Like right now, I was stuck in the corner. Ethan couldn't move anymore. Those balls take 2 unoperated handgun bullets. $50. Knife time. Nice. So, basically out of ammo again, huh? Oh wait, there's something. Handgun bullets. What a nice game. Yeah, we're having 1 mine left. Eat that. No, you're not getting to kill me. Not today. Not today. One, two. And we're almost done. Like, I know she only has, like, I don't know, less than 10%. Pretty sure. Da-dum. And we don't have any sniper bullets. That's sad. Like, having sniper bullets is such a time save in this fight. Dodge into the left side. Yeah, not even having ammo left. Oh my god. But now you die, right? Come on, man, you just have to. Come on, don't do this to me. At least shotgun bullets. Come on. Dodging the flying corkscrew. Ah, there we go. That's it. Now she's going to transform into human ones. I feel so uncomfortable. With multiple HP, I feel so uncomfortable. And this is a scripted thing, where we just try to shoot. We're magically getting ammo again. And yeah, all we do is just shooting. I'm testing a new strat that someone told me once. Let's see how easy this is exploitable. Aiming at the bottom of her body. It seems like very, very easy. And GG. That's it. Time.
Congratulations.
Nice.
That run
Thank you.
was quite impressive.
Thank you.
So, if people want to find you, where can they?
You can find me on my Twitch channel, freggelhousen. That's my Twitch name. I also have a YouTube channel where I upload like most of my runs and a couple other stuff every now and then. Also, freggelhousen called. And I also have a Twitter lately, like since last month I got a Twitter account, so you can follow me there as well. Every now and then I post a couple updates to myself, to my runs. And yeah. Yeah, this is basically what I can do. This in particular, by the way, was my very first speedrun, to be honest. Like, this was actually the very first game I speedran, and this category was the very first category that I ever ran. And since there was, at the time I started this, no one actually believed that it's doable, not to mention speedrunnable. I was trying to prove that they're wrong, and it was quite impressive that actually something like this turned out to happen after all, yeah, you know, after people saying that it's not possible. Like, I was quite impressed by that. And I want to say thank you, really, to you guys to let me having this, to let me showcasing this run here. Yeah, it was a very good run. Unfortunately, that one death, that was not, that was so unlucky. Yeah, that was so unlucky having it there. But yeah, other than that, it was a good run. And I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for closing the Resident Evil block. It was a very enjoyable run. But don't go anywhere, everyone. We have Drakengard 3, New Game Plus A, coming up soon. And if you're into horror game blocks, we do have the Silent Hill block tomorrow. And of course, we are raising money for To Write Love on Her Arms, which is a non-profit organization working with people to help them with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. And it is a really great cause. We've actually hit 1/5 of our goal of 1,500 during the village run. So
Nice.
thank you all very much for the support.